Hello friends, I'm back, at least for this video. I don't really know what I'm doing. I thought I was gonna give up on the booktube thing for real, but then I started watching people's vlogs and stuff, and I thought it sounded like fun. And I know that some of you do use these to kind of keep up with me, so I thought I would do more of a vlog style where I'm kind of just showing things that happen in my life, but also still talking about books. So, a bit of a combo of the two. So that's what this video is, and it's mostly just the events leading up to Christmas. Yeah, I hope you like it. I don't know if this is gonna be the start of me doing these videos again, or if this is it. I'm just kind of in a weird spot right now where I'm trying to figure out what things I really want to do. And so we'll see. We're gonna play it by ear. But either way, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys at the end. Oh, and I almost forgot, this video does start pretty abruptly. I'm at the mall, Northeast Mall, I think, in Fort Worth, because that is where I'm living right now, in Texas, and I'm looking for presents for my family. So now, let's cue the footage. So I'm back home. It's the next day, Thursday the 22nd. I ended up leaving the mall after only going maybe a third of the way through. I got really overwhelmed, but I did end up getting some sugar-free chocolate for my mom's stocking because she can't really have sugar. And yeah, I included the clip of the donut because I kept hearing all this stuff about mochi donuts, and I went to the food court to get some samples, and yeah, there was that place that was selling them, and so I was like, I gotta see what this is about. They're only $4 for a donut, or $3 for a donut, and they had all those different kinds, and so I got the blueberry one, and it tasted good, but I thought mochi donut meant that like each of the little holes had mochi in it, each of the little bumps, which I guess it would probably be more expensive if that was the case, and I'm not sure how it would even work, but it's literally just a donut with bumps, not worth $3. But I'm glad I did it, I guess. So yeah, today, I'm sure it's the same for most people around the country, but it is super cold outside. Wind chill here in Texas is, I think it was 0 degrees at one point, which is unheard of here. We're not even getting snow from it. We got a few flurries. But because of that, me and my mom are spending the day inside. So right now we're watching Muppet Christmas Carol. We have a lot of different Christmas movies that we watch throughout the month. And yeah, just chilling. As far as books, there are a few that I've read recently. I read Kazuo Ishiguro's When We Were Orphans, which I thought was really, really good. It is basically about a man who grew up in an international settlement in China, in Shanghai, in the, gosh, was it the early 1900s? and his mom was really fighting against the British introduction of opium into China, because they were basically doing that to try to get the Chinese people addicted so that they would be easier to control and to colonize. And his parents end up both disappearing when he's a kid, and so he is sent to England. He becomes this famous detective, and he's trying to figure out where they are and what happened to them. And it's also got a lot of commentary on the loss of innocence when you grow into adulthood, and it talks about at least his experiences in China during the Sino-Japanese War and all that stuff. So I really enjoyed it. I love Kazuo Ishiguro's writing. It's just so compelling. The only one I didn't like by him that I've read so far was The Remains of the Day. But other than that, he's got great stuff. I also read Marion Lane and the Midnight Murder, and I don't remember who it's by, but I'll have a picture of it up here. And that one's another detective one that takes place, I believe, in the early 1900s. Okay, I've ventured outside to record this in the light. My hands are already freezing. Sorry for the wind chimes, if you can hear that. But basically, Marion Lane, it's by T.A. Wilberg. I just looked it up. It takes place in the late 1950s, and it is about an organization. They're called the Inquirers, and the headquarters, or all of it, is underground in these tunnels that were made during World War II, I believe. And they aren't run by the government or anything. It's like a private organization, and they basically solve unsolvable cases. So they're kind of like this organization shrouded in myth, but there is rumored that there are several little locations around London where you can drop off letters saying like, hey, can you help me with this case? And then they'll secretly solve it. So we follow Marion Lane, who is an apprentice for this society and is training to become an inquirer. But there is a murder that occurs within the society, one of the members, and for various reasons she ends up having to solve it, but also to keep it on the DL from her professors and the head of the society. So it took me a little bit to get into, but once I did really enjoy this book. It gave me very Harry Potter vibes, like it's her and some of the other students, even though they're adults, but young adults. And there was some cool gadgetry. I don't know, I just really liked the characters especially, and the author really does kind of create this world underground. So that was that book. The third book that I've read is The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman. It's the sequel to The Thursday Murder Club, and it follows this Thursday Murder Club group of 4 people who live in like a retirement village, kind of. And the murders that they help solve. Woo! Alright, with that, it's getting too noisy and way too cold, so I'll just say I really enjoyed that book as well. I think it was even better than the first book. Me and Mom right now are reading the third, which is The Bullet That Missed, and I will keep you updated on that one. But for now, I think that's going to be it for today. I'll see you guys another time. Alright, so it's December 23rd, Friday. And I wanted to show you guys some mail that I got, because I love watching when booktubers get book mail. So I got this package. I know what it is. It's not like a gift. But basically what happened was I was at a Pride event in kind of like a market in St. Louis. And this bookstore, Left Bank Books, had a table, and they were giving away banned books for free to just try to make banned books more accessible and fight the banning that's happening. So what you did was you put your name down, and then they would mail you a book. Well, this was months ago, but something happened, and they weren't able to send me the book, until after I'd already moved back to Texas. So one of my best friends, Lee, sent the book to me here, so I got it, but I didn't know that Lee was also going to give me, a cute little note, so thank you if you're watching this, but also some cute magnets. This one is just one more chapter, and then we've got the little reading astronaut, and I love it, so thank you so much. I'll have to text them. And then here is the book, so yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to unwrap it on camera. And I love that they wrapped it up in paper. It's just so nice. Okay, so yep, I picked All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. I don't know too much about what this is about. I believe it's a YA about a genderqueer. I guess it doesn't say. But it says that the main character is Black and he is exploring his queerness, his gender, masculinity. It uses he, him in the description, so I don't know if that's how this character identifies in the book, but that's what it sounds like. So yeah, I'm excited to read this, and thank you, Left Bank Books. They're definitely not watching this, but I'm glad that they did that because I just think it's such a cool idea and really important in light of everything that's been going on. So that's this book. Otherwise today, we've just been doing errands, grocery shopping. We're probably gonna make some cookies tonight. And then tomorrow is Christmas Eve and the festivities begin. So today is Christmas Eve. It's 11, which is the morning for me right now, but I finished 2 books. So the first one was Among the Beasts and Briars by Ashley Poston, and it was really cute. It feels like a fairy tale retelling, but I think it's her own original idea, but it has all the great things about fairy tales. It has the magical woods, it has talking animals, and basically it's about a young woman who is the royal gardener's daughter, and mostly the only people in this world that have magic are the royalty, but she actually has the ability to grow plants and revive plants with her blood. And there's a whole backstory as to how she got those powers. And it's the day of the coronation for her best friend, the princess, and things go terribly wrong, and the main character ends up having to venture into the cursed woods with her friend Fox to try to save her kingdom. So like I said, it was really cute. It was just a fun read. It had some darkness, but overall it had the magic and the coziness of a fairy tale, and I was invested in the story, even though I did kind of guess one of the main twists, but I almost felt like that wasn't the point, that it was more just to enjoy the story as it was, and yeah, it was a good time. The other book that I read was The Last to Vanish by Megan Miranda, and this one is a bit different. So from the fairy tale vibes, this one is a thriller, I suppose, and it takes place in North Carolina in the mountains at this small tourist town, and the main girl works at the pretty much only inn in the town where a lot of hikers will come to stay while they're hiking through the Appalachian Trail. But this town is sort of infamous for all these disappearances that have happened over the past 25 years. And at the beginning of the book, this guy appears, this guest, and you find out right off the bat that he is the brother of the most recent missing person, and he's trying to find out what happened. So that sort of leads our main character to investigate things further. I did enjoy this book by the end. It took me a little bit to get into. It felt like it was like I wanted to know what was happening, but at some parts I felt like nothing had really happened. Maybe I'm too used to like Agatha Christie's where 3 people die by the end of the story, but yeah, and then the ending, I didn't feel like it was 100% plausible, like that people would really act that way. I don't know. I was a little frustrated, but overall, like, it was an interesting story, and so I would say this, if I was doing ratings, would be like a 3 out of 5. Merry Christmas! So, it is 6:30 in the morning, which I know is ridiculously early, but my poor brother just got off work, so he and his wife are coming over soon to open presents, and then we're probably all going back to bed. But I wanted to show you guys some of the Christmas decorations before everyone gets here. So, alright, so here we go. Got this lovely little thing. This is an advent calendar, days till Christmas. This belonged to my grandma, my mom's mom, and I won't turn it on because my mom is still sleeping, I think, but the bears like play Christmas music, and I have really fond memories of listening to it as a kid, so I'm glad that we were able to hang on to it. Got this lovely display. This is where the stockings were hanging up. And then here's our little tree. And the stockings. And yeah, hopefully I'll get some more Christmas footage later. But until then, hope y'all had a good holiday, whether it was Christmas or Hanukkah or even just a good winter time. And I'll see you later.
Charlie Brown, you're the only person I know who could take a wonderful season like Christmas and turn it into a problem. Maybe Lucy's right. Of all the Charlie Browns in the world, you're the Charlie Browniest.
Okay, so funny turn of events. My brother and his wife found a possum in my aunt's neighborhood, and he looks not good, or she. Very emaciated, I think dehydrated, like very pale, almost white gums. You can see like his hip bones, and he was just wandering around in the middle of the day in the street, like going back and forth in around the same area. Didn't really react much when I nudged him with a stick, not with my hand, because it's never a good idea to touch a wild animal. But I don't think you can. Oh, here, let's see. See if you can see him back here. I'm just gonna do this really quick. Don't want to bother him too much, but I want to show you guys. Oh, there he is. So, believe it or not, there are rehabbers available on Christmas Day, it turns out. And I've gotten in contact with quite a few people. They've all been very helpful, and this one lady finally said that she will take him. So, me and my mom are going to do that just now. Hopefully we'll give him the best chance at getting better. I think he might be sick, and we're taking him to just a rehabber's house, so I don't know if she has access to a vet or not, but I definitely don't, so this is the best case scenario. So just wanted to update you guys on that interesting Christmas update. I know, it's cute. It is really pretty. Alright, it's the day after Christmas, so I think this will be the last day of the vlog. I am going to my grandma's house later today to do a little Christmas celebration with her, but I don't think that I will record any of it. Possum update. We did end up finding, there were actually a few people that were, or organizations that were like answering texts at 7 p.m. last night, which I really appreciated. I mean, I know not everybody celebrates Christmas, but most people in Texas do, so I really wasn't expecting anybody to be open. But it turns out, at least in my area, there isn't really an organization that takes in, well, there's one, but they don't take in possums right now, because they're pretty full, I guess. They're taking foxes and coyotes and reptiles. So there was this one kind old lady who I was able to bring the possum to, and hopefully she'll be able to take care of him and nurse him back to health. But if not, at least I did what I could. Some Christmas updates. I did get one bookish present, or two technically. First, from my mom, so thanks, Mom. I got this really cool bookmark. It's one where you stick it in the corner. And then I'm super excited about this. This is a book journal, basically, where you record what you've read and the ratings. So most of the pages are just like this, like what you're reading, what you rated, and what format it's in and stuff, and then you can write main characters, favorite quotes, things like that. But then there's a part at the beginning, let me find it. Oh yeah, there's a part for just writing down all the books that you've read overall with the ratings. There's a part for not books that you haven't finished or put down, and then there's a daily reading tracker. So I'm super excited to do this, but it starts on January 1st, so I'm gonna wait until then to get into it. As far as books I've read, I have finished 2 more books. I read The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, I believe, and I had read his book The Maidens, which he came out with later. The Silent Patient was really good. It did not go the way that I thought it would at all. I knew there was a twist, but that was not what I was expecting. Basically, it is about this psychiatrist, or what does he call himself? Psychotherapist, I think, who works with patients, a lot of times like criminal, mentally ill patients, I suppose, or mentally ill patients who are incarcerated. And he hears about this woman who was convicted of killing her husband. It's pretty clear that she did, like all signs point to her killing her husband, but ever since she did it, she has not spoken a word. And he is really attracted to her as a patient and really wants to treat her. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Yeah, it really got me. The writing style is just super fast-paced, and I really enjoyed that aspect. You flash back and forth between his point of view and the, I suppose, murderess's journal entries leading up to the day, and so that was really interesting. Would definitely recommend. The other book that I just finished was the book that I was reading with my mom. We would each kind of take turns reading a couple chapters out loud, and it's The Bullet That Missed by Richard Osman. This one, like I said, is the third in the Thursday Murder Club series. again, it was great. All the characters are just so great and so wholesome. And, if I don't remember if I explained this earlier in the vlog, but basically it's about a group of people who are in like a retirement village kind of, and they become friends and they start solving murders. A lot of times cold cases. But then there's also times where their history kind of catches up with them. So, yeah, this book was just another mystery that they're solving, but it also continues on with what's going on in their lives. And the new friends that they meet along the way, and super funny, just like the other ones. I heard someone describe it as British humor. I guess that's what it is. My grandma was from England, and I know that my family has a unique sense of humor, but I just feel like these should be funny to anybody. So, I don't know, you tell me, I guess, if you've read this book. But yeah, I really like what he's done with the series, and I guess he's coming out with a new one next year, so we'll see what that holds. So that's it for now. Thank you, friends, for watching this vlog. I hope that you had a wonderful holiday season, or even just a wonderful end of the year if you don't celebrate. And I may catch you in the next video. Again, I'm not sure where I'm going with these, but we're just gonna feel it out. So if nothing else, here's a little tidbit of my life right now in Texas. See you guys later.